This week's assignment is going to be more like a lab, so I'm actually going to do a solution here, and hopefully this will be a good review of all what we've covered in the semester so far. After you review the assignment instructions, you can identify a few functional and non-functional requirements. So the functional requirements such as the capability to place an order, selecting a size, crust, and additional ingredients, displaying a receipt, clearing an order, these are all functional requirements. And there's also the non-functional requirements, which are more about how the application should look like. When quitting the application, that message that will kind of confirm that you actually want to exit the app. These are all like non-functional requirements. And from that, we can actually identify a few class names. So maybe the pizza place, the pizza, orders, customers, maybe sizes, crusts, ingredients, so on and so forth. We can also identify a few graphical user interfaces classes as well. So maybe the frame, the J frame, and there's also the checkboxes, the radio button, so on. This here is my initial design of what I thought the class design should look like. Now again, this is an iterative process, so this doesn't have to be what I actually implement at the end. And maybe as I'm actually coding this, I realized that some of these are too much and I don't even need those. So I'm gonna explain what I have here real quick. So I started with the pizza place class, which will have a name, a phone number, and I created an order list, an array list of orders, which will be kind of a collection that we can keep track of all the orders history. I also created a available sizes, crusts, and ingredients, which will allow us to build kind of a dynamic application so that later on if we add a new size or if we add a new ingredient to our menus, we don't have to rebuild the user interface. Basically, we just need to push a new item to this array list and everything should dynamically update. Here we have an aggregation relationship between orders and pizza places, and in the orders class I have another aggregation relationship with the pizzas. And now I understand that the assignment said that for simplicity we're only gonna allow for one pizza per order, but now this actually will allow me to have a more extensible system. Now later on, if the client change their mind, they want to make it to allow more than one pizza, I'm not gonna have to change a lot of things. Now I'm just gonna leave it as an array list, but when I'm building the graphical user interface, I can just leave it to only support one pizza at a time, and that will be okay. Now we already talked how the available sizes here will update the pizza form, and whatever will go in the pizza form. I also created ingredients, crust, and sizes. These are all these three classes will implement the chargeable interface. Basically, this was my way of enforcing that all of these classes will definitely have a get price method. Now, when I calculate the total for my pizza, I know for sure that all my items here or all these classes will have an associated price with it. So, for example, the crust, the assignment didn't actually mention that the crust will have a specific price, so we're just gonna leave it as zeros. But now later on, if we add like a cheese crust or whatever, we can give it an additional price that we can add up to. Now this is enough for an initial design. Let's see how we can implement that in the next video.